Tokyo's rooftops, red moon, wind howled, shadows rose. It was not a natural red, it shimmered with cursed energy. Beneath it, shadows twisted unnaturally, moving with whispers no ordinary human could hear. Something ancient had awakened, and it was looking for a vessel. At Jujutsu High, Gojo Satoru stood atop the training hall, his blindfold fluttering slightly. "This isn't good," he muttered. "The Shadow Monarch has returned." Inside the training grounds, Yuji Itadori was sparring with Megumi. They were laughing, unaware of the tension building outside. Nobara was sitting on the edge of the ring, throwing curses at the both of them but playfully. "You call that a punch, Yuji?" Nobara smirked. "Even a kitten hits harder." "Oh yeah?" Yuji grinned and charged again, only for Megumi to dodge and sweep his legs. Just then, the sky turned darker, and a cold wind rushed through the halls. Every cursed item in the school began to rattle. Bells rang on their own. A low growl echoed through the air, followed by silence. The three students froze. Gojo entered the room a second later. "Training's over," he said. "We've got a problem." "A big one, huh?" Yuji asked, grabbing his jacket. Gojo confirmed. "Shadow Monarch awakened." Megumi doubted, "But it's real. And it wants power. It once tried to possess a king. Now it's after you, Yuji." Yuji blinked. "Why me? Is it because of Sukuna?" "Yes and no," Gojo answered. "The monarch seeks a body strong enough to carry its cursed will. You have the kind of spirit that draws ancient evils like moths to flame." Meanwhile, deep beneath the city, the Shadow Monarch pulsed inside an ancient temple. It looked like a floating obsidian crown, fused with jagged bones and black fire. Its cursed aura made even other curses flee. It whispered in a cold voice, "I shall rise again. He will kneel." In the coming days, cursed spirits began appearing in unexpected places: schools, hospitals, even amusement parks. Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara were constantly on missions. But every time Yuji used his power, the Shadow Monarch grew closer. One night, during a mission to save a trapped family in a mall, the group was ambushed. A massive cursed spirit, cloaked in a black robe with golden symbols, stepped through the shadows. Its eyes burned red beneath a floating dark crown. "Give me the vessel," it hissed, "or your world will burn." Yuji jumped forward, landing a solid punch, but the curse barely flinched. It raised one hand and sent a wave of cursed air that blasted the team back. Megumi summoned his divine dogs, and Nobara launched her nails, but they barely scratched it. Then the monarch turned its gaze on Yuji. "You will wear me," Sukuna warned Yuji. "Don't!" Yuji roared, defiant. His energy exploded, clashing with the monarch's dark aura. For a second, Yuji was alone in his own mind, standing before the Shadow Monarch, which hovered like a ghost made of fire and shadows. It tried to place itself upon his head, but Sukuna stood between them. "Back off?" Sukuna growled. "This one's mine." With a roar, the monarch was expelled from Yuji's mind, but it had already marked him. After the battle, Gojo arrived and sealed the monarch's cursed puppet temporarily, but not before it escaped again. "We've only delayed it," he told the group. "We need help." Gojo reached out to old allies, including Yuta Okotsu and Maki Zenin, who returned with fierce resolve. Yuta held his katana and nodded at Yuji. "You're not alone in this." They prepared for the final battle at an ancient shrine, said to be the birthplace of the monarch's curse. The plan was simple: distract the monarch and seal it before it could attach to Yuji. But nothing went as planned. The monarch now had a body, a cursed puppet powered by hundreds of absorbed spirits. It was faster, stronger, and smarter. It spoke with a calm, royal voice. "This world needs a ruler. I shall be its king." Yuji clenched his fists. You're not a king, you're a nightmare. The battle was explosive. Gojo used his limitless powers to trap the monarch temporarily. Megumi summoned a gigantic shadow wolf, and Nobara used a new technique, binding nails, that struck with lightning speed. Yuta's cursed energy fused with his blade, making each strike burn with blue fire. Still, the monarch fought on, draining energy from the ground itself. Then it did the unthinkable. It began to merge with Yuji again, pulling him upward in a storm of cursed light. Everyone screamed. Inside his mind, Yuji was fading. The monarch whispered lies promising peace, power, no more pain. But then, voices broke through. Yuji! It was Nobara. Snap out of it, you big idiot. We still haven't eaten that meatball ramen you promised. Then came Megumi's voice. You're our friend. We won't let you go. Even Sukuna from deep inside growled. You're stronger than this. I won't let some shadow ghost take what's mine. Yuji opened his eyes inside the dream world and screamed. His power surged, mixed with Sukuna's and his own will. The monarch shrieked, shadows cracking like glass. With one final punch, Yuji destroyed the cursed crown-shaped mask floating in his mind. The Shadow Monarch screamed and vanished in a burst of cursed light. The sky turned blue again. The red moon faded. Everyone stood in silence, exhausted. Yuji wobbled and fell straight into Nobara's arms. You owe me ramen, she said, smiling. Gojo gave a small clap. Well, that was dramatic. But good job, team. As the group walked back into the sunrise, tired but smiling, Gojo looked up at the sky and whispered, That's why they call us the strongest.